Hello everyone. Prism shows me that there are 0 people, but I will try to greet you probably that you are here. Hello everyone. Oh yes, I see one comment in the chat. Hi, Judith. Hello everyone. Welcome to the brightest tour from Kyiv. Today we are exploring landscape alley, Andriyivskyy Descent, Andrew's Church. The weather is gorgeous. You see the spring already arrives. Even if the war is happening, the spring is still here. Hello and welcome to this wonderful story of Kyiv's chronicles that I'm happy to present to you today. We are beginning with a whimsical place. It's kind of children's playground, but it's made with mosaics and it looks just incredible. The sun is shining. The local time is 5 p.m. and we're going to explore the city in its prime hour. I love these benches. You see the people are hiding there, drinking, eating. They have them like the benches in the muzzle of the cats or the hares. And back then it was the defensive rampart, like the defensive structure of the city. We are standing on the high hill. It's called now Landscape Alley. It was created in 2010 just as the mosaic kind of playground for the kids with the interesting and beautiful sights. But back then, in the times of the Kievan Rus, when like the princes lived here, it was the mountain where the eldest brother, the founder brother Kyi, was living, and these ramparts, they were protecting the city from the animals, just like now Ukrainians are protecting the country. You see, the life is happening. This is the long cat. It's called caterpillar cat. And it has the teeth, kind of the teeth are not sharp. It looks like the photo shooting zones, and the local youth love to make the pictures here. So I will show you myself again. Hello everyone who joined me today. This is my favorite place in the city. Andriyivskyy Descent, because it is so positive, it is so bright. It's all about art, music, life, optimism, and I need that so much right now in my life. So I hope that I will fill you today with the bright stories. And one story I wanted just to begin it. I was taking the metro, and when I was taking my ride here, I read an interesting article. A few days ago, Russia targeted, as usual during the night, a lot of objects are targeted, and in one of the cities they targeted the school. It's a positive story. It's connected with war, but with children. We are on the children's playground. That is why I would like to share with you. And they targeted the school. The windows were shattered, and all the things, the papers, the notebooks, the books, the textbooks, everything was on the floor. So the kids were invited to clean this garbage from the missile and drone attack, and kids were just gathering like this books and textbooks, and one boy, he began to scream, guys, I found my test, I've got 9, like we have the 12th grade system here, and 9 is a good mark. So can you imagine that the school was damaged, the kids were cleaning the courtyard from the garbage, from the leftovers, from the books and textbooks. And one boy found his test, and he was so happy that he found out the result of the test. It was positive, and 9 is a very good mark here, is a very good result for the test. It's so touching, you know, children are living in this unimaginable conditions and still even cleaning the school after the missile attack. This guy was happy because he found his test and he knows that he did it well. Let's keep these positive vibes up to the end of today's tour. You see, the life is very lively here. I will show you the beautiful playground. It's from the Alice in Wonderland. So you can see the cat and the guys there go to make the pictures. I will show you Alice. And I will tell you about the place where we are. So according to the legend, Kyiv was founded on this hill, and it was founded by 3 brothers, Kyiv and their sister Libid. And this mountain where we are standing now belonged to the eldest brother, to Kyiv. So he was the city's founder, and the city got his name after him. And this hill was the center of the rising beautiful civilization. And now you see how life is happening here. You see the ladies are having fun and making incredible pictures even during these difficult days. So this hill is special because it's all about history, it's all about power. Because can you imagine, like, if the city was founded here on this hill, it's really the city, the place where the power is felt. We are surrounded by the hills. There are so many hills in Kyiv, and from here you can see the beautiful views of the city. Kyiv was called mother of Rus cities, not the kind of Russian, but the Rus cities. And there is a stone, even there is carved words, the land of Rus began here. We are heading there, and let me walk again here. I will walk past this beautiful mosaics again, and while we're heading to the stone that proves that Rus began here, I will tell you about a few words about Kyiv and Rus, because it was really powerful medieval federation. It was powerful medieval state. Moscow didn't exist back then, and the heart of Kyiv and Rus was Kyiv. But what happened then? In 1721, Russian Tsar Peter I, you all know him, he renamed Moscow Tsardom, and he called it a Russian Empire. So he just chose this name like the branding name. So he kind of stole the name Rus and transformed it into Russia. This is how the term Russia appeared in 1721, not long ago. And that was the idea how Moscow wanted to make it. They wanted to control the Rus lands. So that was the idea, to control the lands, and that is why called it Russia. But also it was idea to, find this ancient continuity, like continuous history, because they didn't have the ancient history. They just had like everything that began probably from the Middle Ages, but not from the 12th century, 11th century. So the idea was to connect the history of Russia with the history of Kyiv. And this is the ideology of the Russian world. So it's very important to understand that they always wanted to conquer the nations that are close to them. Here we see beautiful souvenirs. They are handmade by the ladies who live here, and some candles. So the very beautiful staircase, which is illuminated at night. I even don't know if it's illuminated now, is here. And it leads to the ghost city of millionaires, because there are 4 streets of beautiful buildings. They belonged to the most powerful and rich people, but when they built it, they didn't follow the engineering rules, and because of the very steep hills, they built on those steep hills high buildings, and it was not wise. The steep hills could bear just 1-story or 2-story buildings. That is why there were construction problems, and now nobody lives there because the walls are cracking, and there are just a few people living there. And because of war, they cannot sell those kind of houses, beautiful houses. Let me show you some pagan artifacts. So it was as I told you, the highest and the most sacred hill, and there is the monument kind of to God, to the Slavic god Perun. You can see it's very bright and red and golden. Here is the National Historical Museum, and according to the history, so this is where Kyiv started. Let me show you that famous stone that says that the land of Rus began here, and the words, they are really carved here. Today is an incredibly beautiful day. So many people are walking. The sun is so soft. There are so many buskers, so many sellers. It's like kind of bright and vivid. It just shows you that the life is happening here. Now they are going to play the music. I'm going to show you the bold mounting. If you remember, we had the tour about witchers, and this is the mounting that throws everything from itself, so nothing stays there. And there were 3 brothers who kind of founded Kyiv, and each brother was living on separate hill, so that was the hill that belonged to one of those brothers. From here you can see the overview of Podil. It's the lower city where we will go today. This will be the end of our tour. We will finish at Podil, and this was the place where the commercial trade was happening. So this is the bold mounting. According to the legend, the witchers gather there, and they brew special drink, and then they can even run naked and dance and perform some rituals. So this is the interesting spiritual place. And here we can have kind of the eagle view for the whole Kyiv. It's very beautiful to stand here. This is the place where you can feel the spirit of the old city. Let's go and we'll explore the artists and feel this eclectic spirit of St. Andriyivskyy Descent. You will see where the artists are selling their crafts all along the way, and we will see those souvenirs. So we have explored the landscape alley. I love to come here because I feel like a child. I feel like I can immerse myself in the world of fairy tales. Hi everyone, Thank you so much for joining. This is the observation platform close to the National Historical Museum. And this is the stone that I promised to show you. The land of Rus began here. The land of Rus, not the land of Russia. The land of Rus began here. It's carved in stone, and actually this is the reason behind this war, because we are saying that we are not Russians, and Russians are saying that we are just Ukrainians are Russians who are wrong Russians, and they forgot that they are Russians. Ukrainians like wrong Russians. And it's not true. We are a separate nation, and this is the reason why we are fighting, because we want the world to see us as the independent state. And now is the time when we thought that the wars kind of are in past somewhere, 30 years war, 100 years war, but it turns out that it's so simple to invade the country and claim the territory as theirs, because kind of it's Russian. So this stone is very important for these ideological reasons. Kyiv Rus belongs to Ukraine. It's our pages of history. We don't want something that belongs not to us, but we also don't want to give our pages of history. This is the vast space in front of the museum. Back then it was the place where Rotunda of Olga was standing here, and also the Church of Tithe, the first stone church of Kyiv Rus, was standing here. So Rus was baptized in 988, and the Prince Vladimir baptized Kyiv. It was the beginning of the spread of the Christianity, so he ordered to build a church here, the Church of Tithes. Tithes because he gave the tenth of his income. And he ordered everyone to give the tenth of their income for the construction of this church. It was standing here on this place. Byzantine masters came to decorate it inside. And also Prince Vladimir and Princess Anna and Princess Olga, they were buried here. But unfortunately in 1240, when Khan Bati, like Tatar Mongols, came to Kyiv and destroyed the city, they destroyed the Church of Tithes. And this was like, I'm coming, you see the stones. So these are the stones that are marking where the most incredible church was standing. Why it's so important? Because back then people were hiding up in the city. So people were living in the Padil, where we are going to, in the lower city, close to the river. But in the case of attack, they were running up here. And there was the church. It was standing, and the people just were hiding in the church. But the church couldn't stand it. There were so many people who were hiding in it, and it collapsed. And the people were buried under it. So it's the place that is really important historical kind of fact. It was rebuilt later several times, but currently, like after the last church was ruined here, it was decided not to rebuild it again. I'm going now to show you the incredible St. Andrew's Church. And we are going to dive into bohemian atmosphere of the city, because this is the place of the galleries, of the art cafes, of coffee. It's called Kyiv's Montmartre, and it's always full of live artists, craftsmanship, decorations, some souvenirs, ceramical objects. We are now standing on the highest point of Andriyivskyy Descent, but now we are going to go down, and you will see this beautiful architecture. And you will see and feel the vibe of Andriyivskyy Descent. It's a very pleasant walk. It's a very youthful area, because we will finish at Kyiv Mahila Academy, because there are so many students there. And this church is usually covered by the leaves, but spring is arriving slowly here. So the church was just positioning You can see it so beautifully from this highest point of the old Kyiv hill. I'm so glad again to see all of you. I see that the number of people has grown on the screen. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for exploring Kyiv life. It's always an honor to be here. And the stores are prepared with a lot of passion, with a lot of care, with a lot of love. And if you also value this, my love and passion that I'm sharing with you, I will be very grateful for your tips on PayPal, on Buy Me a Coffee, and the links are in the description to this tour. Thank you so much. It takes a lot of time, effort, tickets, courage to come to Kyiv and to show you the capital of the country that is protecting itself for 4 years' life. Thank you for standing with Ukraine. Always saying Slava Ukraini when I'm here and making tours from my country. So let's go and dive into this bohemian, beautiful atmosphere. You can see a lot of t-shirts, somehow the like fluffy hats. And the symbol of the street is this stunning St. Andrew's Church. It's the masterpiece of Ukrainian Baroque art. A few moments to stop at the souvenirs. You can see such eggs and mugs, probably beer mugs with the Ukrainian coat of arms. This is the usual thing, magnets, but they have some kind of, you see, war topic here. And the word Kyiv is written Kyiv. Kyiv, this is the correct name of the city. And it's called Bulava. So Bulava, it's the symbol of Hetman's power. They were the commander of the Cossacks army. And it was like a weapon and a symbol of authority, a symbol of power. You see the spikes, it's made of wood and it's kind of very sharp and it could be very heavy. So this is something unique that you can bring from Kyiv. You see, Bulava. And let's dive into the beauty of Andrew's Church because it's really the work of art and it's the most remarkable of the Kyiv's landmarks. I love the vibrant colors, the blue colors, beautiful facade. It's just standing on the hill and it's soaring in the air. You can see it from everywhere. You can see it from everywhere. Oh, probably they will allow us to go. Let's try to go inside. So it's the museum, but probably there is the church service, so we can go inside. Доброго дня. Можна на службу, да? Можна зайти, тому що служба, да?
Ні, служби немає. Це роботники сцени працюють.
А я хотіла пойти туди на це. А коли служба?
Не останні.
А коли служба?
Кожну суботу вечірня.
В суботу, не зараз.
Да.
Окей.
А в неділю зранку з 9:30 до 10:00 літургія.
Тобто не в неділю, не зараз. So I was thinking that this is the church service, guys, but there is no church service. А ви мені не дозволите піти? Я не в церкву, так, ось сюди.
Дозволю, бо...
Ну тут хоча б. Просто до там показати.
Ні, ви тільки сюди з ворота зайдете і вже хтось буде...
Хтось буде ломитись. So it's during the church service, sometimes you can go inside and explore the church, but they explained to me that they are going to have a concert, and those were the guys who entered there. They were the kind of parts of this team that will be playing music. So there is the concerts, probably night kind of concerts that are happening. But I will go around and I will show you this beautiful church and I will tell you a few words about it because it's really stunning and it's connected, you know, with the Russian Empire, with the Princess Elizabeth, the daughter of Peter I, because she had a lover, and her lover was a Ukrainian. Alexa Rozum was his name. So she traveled here together with him, and she loved Kyiv so much that she ordered to build a church, St. Andrew's Church and Mariinsky Palace, to give her residence here, like the summer residence. And this is the church without any bells, the silent church, because the only person who was supposed to visit it was the daughter of Peter I, Elizabeth. I think Elizabeth I. So let me flip the camera, and you will see how vibrant it is. Why it's important, again, because according to the legend, this hill was the hill where Apostle Andrew, when he was traveling here, he climbed to this hill and he saw Dnieper River. It's just over there, and he said that the great city with wonderful churches and will appear here, and the sea waters backed away, because, like, according to the legend, there were sea waters, like probably it was the river, not the sea, because the river is close to this place. So the river stepped away, and this is how Kyiv appeared. It was predicted, like, by Apostle Andrew. And then Princess Elizabeth I, she decided to build here the church. So you can see this so-called artists' alley. It lasts for 2 kilometers. You see there are artists there selling pictures, and it goes all along, like, to the other side of the city. And this is the most picturesque, the most beautiful walk that you can really have in Kyiv. Let me show you the church from this view. And actually, this princess Elizabeth I, she, not princess, empress, guys, not princess, she became empress. She had a big collection of dressers, about 15,000. Even now, they are using those dresses in the museums or in the theaters. And she liked parties and balls. So she commissioned the construction of such a beautiful Baroque church. It's really stunning, and it's like the jewel. Bartolomeo Rastrelli, her favorite architect, worked on the project, but Bartolomeo Rastrelli, who built Winter Palace in St. Petersburg, never came here, but he was he just made the project. And when the masters, the engineers came here, they had to create the separate building below the church, so the church is standing on the basement, on the kind of two-story building. You will see it from another side, because the soil here is very shaky, it's unstable, and the church is soaring above the whole city, so it's very high, and it should have this special kind of ground. So what about this empress? She fell in love with a Ukrainian guy, and she secretly married him, this Alexa Rozum, and then she came to Kyiv in 1744 because this was the motherland of her lover, and this is how this church appeared. So it's very elegant. It has incredible decor, and inside it has the authentic iconostasis, red iconostasis made of the linden wood and covered with gold. It's remarkable that the church doesn't have bells, because it belongs just to the empress. And I could say that this is my favorite church in the city. And from this side you can see this two-story house, so that serves as the basement from this side. So from one side we have the grassy hill, and from this side we have this two-story building. And here we have some vyshivankas. Do you know what is vyshivanka? Vyshivanka, it's a Ukrainian beautiful shirt that is embroidered by the cross-stitch. You see, and ladies love to wear it. Let's dive a little bit into the souvenirs. You can buy here towels, for your kitchen with the same kind of cross stitch. You can buy here the embroidery. What is it? It's not embroidery. It's kind of jewelry, but it's like the decoration for the neck, for the necklace. It looks like a necklace. It's also, it could be wide, that covers almost the whole neck of the lady, or it could be more narrow. So these are the traditional jewelry that Ukrainians are wearing. Some vibes of this amazing Andriyivskyy Descent. I love that it's located right on the hill, and it's absolutely spectacular. And it has such a romantic story, you know. We are beginning our walk along the Andriyivskyy Descent, and we can call it the vein of the city, because now the bohemian, and as you can see, a spiky atmosphere rules here. Not just bohemian, but modern atmosphere with the spiky haircuts is also alive. But anyway, this is the real street where a lot of artists are coming to sell their works, and it brings some resemblance to the Montmartre because of the cafes, art cafes. Let's have a look at one of my favorite art cafes. It even has the Eiffel Tower. The streets that are close to Andriyivskyy Descent sometimes are beautifully decorated with the art. So if we just turn here to this corner, you see that the walls are painted with some intricate details. Some are very kind of nude, I would say. So it's all part of these bohemian vibes, because this is the artist's alley, and the artists are selling their pictures, but the cafes, they really reflect the image of the street as well. And I love the lanterns, the fact that the houses, you see, they're so kind of old and historical. There is an interesting house that is called House Tower. It's just in front of us. It is beautiful. So this is the House Tower. When the Soviets were kind of ruling here during the Soviet era, the beautiful towers that were decorating this building, they were removed. So the building had, like on these parts, beautiful towers. This house belonged to the businesswoman, and she decided to impress her competitors, and she decided to build the highest house. So this was the first kind of 5-story house on the street. And you know what? She gambled this house during one night. What a fate, just to build the most incredible house and to gamble it. It's a pity. And this is the artist's alley. So this walkway, a wooden walkway that we have seen from the top, and there are a lot of paintings. Now it's getting older because it's already almost 5:30 local time, and it's getting colder, so you see that the artists are slowly taking away their pictures, but we will catch the glimpse of what was happening here during the day. So this metal frame is specifically made for the artists, and they can easily arrange their pictures here and sell them. It's very beautiful place because it connects two parts of the city. And you can see and buy the beautiful pictures of Ukrainian artists. Of course, there are all of them, like many of them, that have the Ukrainian Kyiv sites like Kyiv-Pechersk Lavra, sorry, or the church. I mean, this soaring St. Andrew's Church, and they are drawn on the birches bark, probably it's called, yes. Let me know if I'm saying that wrong. So this is the real birch tree bark, and the picture is drawn not on the, it's drawn on the bark and to the real picture, to the real scenery. Let's have a look. So it's really standing very high.
Сейчас он как-то сильно упростил.
Sorry guys for my sore throat. I had some issues with my voice today. But while I was taking care of my voice, you were listening to this beautiful music. So this is the jewel of Bartholomew Australia, and it's very beautiful. And can you imagine this beautiful road, this beautiful wooden way lasts for 2 kilometers, and it connects two parts of the city. So you are basically walking around this old part of Kyiv, and you are walking in between the pictures. So you are talking with the artists. You are enjoying the picturesque views. So this is the alley of the artists, and it's incredible. It's like the open air museum. You don't have even to pay for the ticket. And this is the beautiful girl on St. Andrew's Descent, and this house is called Richard's house. Now you're going to see it. So let's go back to our trek. Thank you so much, Ruth, for buying me coffee. Thank you. So actually, St. Andrew's Church gave the street its name, and it's always been the kind of lively street because it's connected the upper city with the lower city, and the merchants were bringing their goods from the lower city here to the upper city to sell them. And the houses have a lot of character here. They are different, and I love that the street is cobblestones, like it adds to this, medieval charm. Yes, you're right. It's so beautiful here, even despite the war and the sirens. Today we had the air raid during the day. Look at this beauty. So Richard's Castle is in front. This street, and the guy who built it, entrepreneur, he wanted to impress the city to people who lived here with this dramatic building. So I'm talking about this house. This is our national poet Taras Shevchenko. This is Yaroslav the Wise holding Golden Gate. We were exploring Golden Gate yesterday. And this is that ghosted Richard's Castle. So the guy who built it, he suddenly went bankrupt and he was murdered. Nobody knew how he was murdered. But when his wife decided to give them flats for rent, it was discovered that the people don't want to live there because they heard every night strange noise, like the evil spirits were making this noise, like the moans, the howls, and everything was happening in the corridors, the whistling. And then the truth was that the workers who built the house, they didn't get the full payment, and they played a bad trick. So they put glass bottles, the broken pipes, different metal fragments into the ventilation system, and that is why there was the wind, and it was creating such an effect. So the castle reputation, and nobody lives there, and you can see the and you can see how beautiful the Ukrainian houses look like in the village area, and you can see the beautiful decorations, like cutting boards, but they are decorated cutting boards. So it's all Ukrainian art. And let me show you again this interesting Richard's Castle, and we will walk down. So in the 1920s and 1930s, the artists began to move here, and they even created the replicas of gargoyles of Notre Dame in Paris, and they placed them all around the terraces and the staircases of this beautiful Richard's Castle, but then someone stole them. So now it's a sleeping castle because nobody lives there. And this is the house that survived the fires because it's the only wooden house on the street. And now it has the picture gallery inside. It's very steep during winter. It's not possible even to walk here because it turns into the black kind of ice skating rink. Because of those cobblestones, and it is very, very steep, and it twists, turns, and more bulavas here, the weapon and the authority, symbol of hetmans. You can buy some kind of old stuff that belongs to the 18th, 19th century. So really, these pieces of cutlery belong to the people, and like some old stuff, like the flea market. But when you are here during the weekends, walk and just to enjoy the workshops, the everyday life, and feel the vibes of the ordinary Kyiv life. Those are the souvenirs and Years are connected with war. You see that people are climbing the so-called Hill of Sighs, because in the times of the Kievan Rus, the warriors who were guarding the princes who lived here. So the prince with his family lived here, and there were soldiers who were guarding the palace of Prince Vladimir, and they were standing, like the garnison of soldiers were standing behind this hill, and the girls, the ladies, were coming here, and they were sighing, they were singing songs for their lovers, for their husbands, because they were standing across, like close to the behind the hill. And this hill is called the Hill of Sighs, because the girls were just sighing here. And now it's just a beautiful hill where you can see the view of the whole city. Just the beautiful observation platform, the Hill of Sighs. And this is in front of you is the Bold Mountain, the one that we saw at the beginning of our tour, and it's kind of an unholy place because nothing stands there, as I told you. Nobody lives here. Beautiful cars, beautiful cars. So where can there are witchers like there were no witches like the witches in the West. For Ukrainians, we had saw the end of the village, and they were healing people. And that is why it's beautiful plates. So they are made from wood with incredible decoration.
Я бачила, як типу гостей.
See, this street is not straight. It's always a symbol of eternity. So, witches are flying here, so it's very mystical place. This is the monument to Nikolai Gogol. The stream is comes and goes. Let me check. It says it has good connectivity. Okay, please let me know if the connection is better or not. Probably when we are going in between those hills, it's like the signal is a little bit low. Who knows? Guys, please write down in the comments, is it better or not? So this is the modern theater. We have here the interesting modern theater. It's a little bit controversial because it doesn't look like it belongs to this beautiful 18th century street, but it's very bold and very modern. I will try to walk a little bit faster, probably when I will just walk past the mountains. So we were in between two hills, and in the early days of Hago that was happening, that the connectivity were getting. I was between those two mountains. Probably now it's better. Let me know, please. You can find here some weird stuff with weird stuff. Spotty at times, but it's okay. Spotty at times, okay. Probably we will now reach the space without the mountings, and it will be more comfortable. So this is how the houses look like. Back then, there were the posts where people had to pay taxes because people were bringing the goods from the lower city to the upper city, and they had to pay taxes for the carts. And everything like what was loaded on the carts, like the carts were loaded very heavily because people had to pay for the carts, not for the goods. And everything that was falling here, it was rolling down. And the people who were collecting the taxes, they were very rich here because they were gathering everything that was rolling from the carts. And every day, a lot of goods were rolling over. So, what is this? Weepers, something like this. So there was the saying. Please let me know it in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. Keepers, something keepers loses. You can see the intricate word. Usually we're using black and red color, but they are made for love and for sometimes for the sorrow. So red for love, red for sorrow, and also they are colorful. They are protecting. So the patterns are usually in the area of heart, lungs, and sometimes on the sleeves as well. It's because they protect the chest, the heart of the person. And the ladies, when they were embroidering that, they were thinking about their loved ones, but it's incredible. It's just so beautiful. You can buy here the vyshivankas, embroidery shirts for ladies, for men, for the kids. And when you are wearing it, you really you're recognizable that you are really from Ukraine. And these are towels. So what is the average price for this 3,000 hryvnias? А скільки то в доларах чи в євро, щоб сказати, середня ціна?
За рушник.
Ні, сорочки.
3200, а
То скільки?
70.
So, like $80. $80. So if you're interested in, yes, finders keepers, losers weepers. Thank you, Judith. Yes. So $80, handmade. Everything is handmade, and it takes sometimes a month or 2 months to make one shirt. And we buy these towels for weddings, sometimes for the decoration of the icons. Oh, this beautiful lady made this. It's called the handmade. Very beautiful. And this is very gentle. You see, it's gray and white. It's beautiful. Thank you so much. Дякую дуже. Yes, she's saying there is no such beauty in Ukraine because I made it myself. Thing anywhere in Ukraine because I made it with my own hands. I made it. I was embroidering it for 1 month, sitting at night, and it's just cost $80. Can you imagine? The lady was doing it for a month, working for a month, and it just cost $80. Not machinery embroidery. So let me show you some red light story. It was the brothel, very famous brothel. There were houses of tolerance on this street. When the era of carriages, of the lights, of the of the railway stations came here, that street was also the street of the brothels. And even one Kyiv governor died here in brothel in the arms of the young lady. And the city was just shocked. And the story wasn't quiet at all. So people learned about it. And I don't know, some was laughing, some were sad. But that was during the late 19th century when, that was the era of sugar barons, of grain magnates, of big dreams of people. And this is the mural. It's the beautiful lady with the wreath, Ukrainian wreath, and she's holding the boy, protecting him. So it's kind of a symbol of protection around the city. So the girl is protecting, the lady is protecting Kyiv city. This street still is full of people even now. Cobblestones, everywhere are cobblestones, just like in Prague. And I can really feel the smell of the fresh coffee because we are coming to the coffee shops and coffee houses. As on Maidan, you can buy here the roll paper with Putin. You can... Oh, what a great boulevard. It's just huge, really powerful symbol. So it's really big. I will show you myself. Wow. You see? It's like almost like my head. It's incredible. Made of wood, but not that heavy, you know. I can lift it. Sometimes you take boulevard and it's like, oh, you really feel the weight of power. So this is a very interesting souvenir that you can buy here. Okay, these kids are following, teenagers are following us. Now we are coming to Podil area. So this is the area where merchants lived, because the lower part of Kyiv was for the making contracts, and the best kind of contracts were concluded here, made here during winter on square of contracts. Actually, blacksmiths, craftsmen, potters, tailors, traders lived here. You see the beautiful guys are singing something. Let's come to them. Some Ukrainian. A song about Ukrainian lady who was a witch.
It's not like just
чарівниця, like a witch, like a,
no, it's like about
You
wish.
speak Ukrainian?
It's like about
yes.
it's
But you were singing, so
much
I decided
more.
just to show you.
Much more. This
Can you sing something?
Huh?
No, so
No, we just trying to learn this song. Like
Yes, I should
we
learn.
tried today. Just make one.
Great,
We
thank you
can,
so
we
much.
can, we can sing.
Have a nice evening. So the guys just entertain us a little bit. No, YouTube. YouTube. Uh-huh. So the guys were entertaining us, and they were singing the song like Ukrainians. I can stand and sing the song just like that. If you have your passion, you have your good will, you can just sing the song on the street. Yes, it's so, I love when I can catch this, like the real life of people and their real mood. So this is the museum of this street. If you go inside, you will see how people looked like when Andriyivskyy Descent was really totally bohemian, kind of had a bohemian scenery about 20th, 19th century. And now we are going to the place where the merchants were living. I have mentioned today a few times Mongol invasion. So after Mongol invasion in the 13th century, when the power heart of Kyiv was wiped, the upper city, a lot of people were killed, the life concentrated here in the lower city, closer to the river. And we are going to see it right now, and now it's bustling with the people. So here, as usual, you probably have been here a few times already. There is an interesting place called Drunk Cherry, and it's always full of people. And it serves cherries. You see, cherry drink. It could be hot, it could be cold. It's very sweet, concentrated, very popular, and. Thank you for your donations. Probably I will have not a cup of coffee, but a cup of drunk cherry today. So this is how people are drinking in Kyiv. So drunk cherry, it's if you want to feel the local vibe, and if you're not afraid of very sweet wine, because usually some people love the dry wine, so it's all about sweet wine. And here the famous restaurant where you can have the ribs, the pork ribs. Where I will try to go if I don't know. Ходу нема, тут поруч. Okay, so there is no entrance. Let's go to them, not to the restaurant, but to the square. So as you understand, this was the life of the ordinary people, the merchants and the craftsmen. And Kyiv Mohyla Academy, this is the first university in Eastern Europe, one of the first universities, 1615 it was founded. The first track, it's the mixture of everything, so there is the markets, beautiful hidden buildings that are not always in the best condition, but you can feel the real life of Kyiv here. The signs of war, so this is how the windows are protected, because when the shrapnel is falling, sometimes it hits the windows. But in this case, you see upper windows are not protected, lower windows are protected, probably from some kind of when they were in the early stages of war, when they were preparing for the street fights. Actually, this is the end of Andriyivskyy Descent, because Andriyivskyy Descent ends here in Podil area. And we have reached this wheel. I love this restaurant. It's very cheap, and you can always have the fresh meal there. And this wide road will bring you right to the port, to the river port. We have Dnieper River. It divides the city into two parts. And we will finish with this amazing view of the wheel. Thank you for staying with me today. I will now come closer a little bit to this observation wheel. It was incredible to walk with you. I absolutely love when I'm here to take you to this positive area. It makes, it fills me with pleasure and with joy to show you Kyiv when there are no tourists at all, just the volunteers and the locals. It's incredible to have so many friends. I'm very grateful that you are here with me in Prague, in Kyiv, and wherever I take you, whenever and wherever I take you. Thank you so much for your support, for your donations, for your tips. It's very important, it's very vital, because it shows me that you care about what I'm doing and you need it. These days, this virtual tours is the challenging task, because it's the kind of exclusive content. I'm showing you what is happening right now in the cities, and it always involves some effort, preparation, time, equipment, tickets, traveling, so I'm very grateful to those of you who understand that and support this miracle of virtual traveling that was started a few years ago. So let me show you the square of contracts, where the business was happening in the Middle Ages, and the Kyiv Mohyla Academy. Please let me know your questions in the chat. I'm still here and showing you Podil area. So Podil is the lower city. We have upper city and the lower city. It's always full of students, because Kyiv Mohyla Academy is here. And it's always full of, skaters, the guys who like the youth who loves to the bikers who love to move. I hope that one day you will be able to join me, because it will be the sign that the war is over and the people are coming to Ukraine. It will be a sign that life is getting back on track, and we can rebuild. Finally, we can rebuild. By the way, the church is over there. You see, this is the church that is soaring in the air. We were exploring it today, St. Andrew's Church. This was my last tour in Kyiv, and hopefully I will see you in Prague. In Prague it is a little bit warmer. Next week I will be already in Prague, and if there are the almond garden and it's blowing, I will take you to this exclusive place. Sometimes the connection is not good there because of the American embassy that is so close to this almond garden. But anyway, once a year there is the special place in Prague, the hill with the almond trees. So just follow the calendar or follow my YouTube channel not to miss the flower blossoms. There will be magnolia tour and almond tour. Thank you so much, Julia, for your kind words, and thank you for your donations. You are always supporting me. Thank you for taking your time and coming to Kyiv, and it's wonderful to feel your presence behind the screen, because I am walking live and you are somewhere watching live. It empowers, it gives meaning to what I'm doing, and it's very special. So this is the real vibe of the city. Sometimes it's hard to believe that the war is happening here, but it's, the weekend, and the students are living here. This is the famous coffee house and a lot of cafes and restaurants, and if you go straight over there you will come to the port, to the river port. It was incredible to take you to Kyiv and to show you the real life in the capital of Ukraine. See you next time. See you in Prague. I hope that I will be able to come to Kyiv sometime. I don't know, because of my personal matters, I don't know if I will be living here or not. Anyway, I will try to build my life also around Europe, around Prague, and I don't know if I will be if I will have the place to live here or not. But Kyiv will always be the huge part of my personal life and of my life story, because I was an official tour guide here and still am. So thank you so much, and the guys wanted to be famous. They were following me. And see you in Prague. Goodbye. Fill your life with the people whom you trust, and some flowers, coffee, and probably some wine, as we have seen. It helps people to cheer up as well, but don't drink too much wine. Better flowers and coffee. See you in Prague. Goodbye. Thank you for your support.